Hey everybody, this is Devin Townsend, and you are listening to and or watching Dark Melody.
How are you, man? It's pleasure to have you here on the channel.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Where are you located?
I'm in Uruguay, Latin America.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my name is Alejandro. This channel is called the Dark Melody, so it's an honor for me to have you here finally.
It's a pleasure to be on, brother.
Okay, great. So we're here to talk about your upcoming project, the Moth, right? That is coming in the form of an album, but I know it's like a very big musical project. Has been you described it as one of the most important milestones of your career. So can you take us back to the origins and explain how that vision finally evolved to be released on the form of an album?
I think every project that I do, when I get the first idea for it, that first idea tends to come with like a complete picture of what it's meant to feel like. Maybe not what it's supposed to sound like, but what it's supposed to feel like when it's done. And when I got the initial idea for the Moth, I was really aware of how big the scale of the project was, like how much was going to be involved in trying to make it happen, either with like people, musicians, money, circumstance, whatever. And I spent a good 5 years just trying to figure out how we would even start. During that time, I was recording records. Of course, over the past 10 years, I've made 15 records or whatever. So that was all happening. That was all happening at the same time. But regardless, I have been spending the beginning of the process just like trying to collect players, trying to collect information, learning about orchestration, learning about how orchestras work, learning how to communicate with all these different groups at the same time. And then about 5 years after the original idea, I got presented with the opportunity from the North Netherlands National Orchestra and Choir that they would be willing to participate in the project. And then that kind of made it real in a sense. And I could start to focus on like, well, how are we going to do this? And what is the music? And what does it sound like? And what's it look like? And who are the players? And where do we do it? And where do we get the money? And all this. So much of the process with the Moth, unlike maybe some of the other records that I've done, is that it required just a huge amount of people. Yeah. And to do that required me to become more like a project manager than it did a musician, right? Mm-hmm. But that's the overview of it.
Yeah, it seems like a really ambitious project. I've been listening to it, and it's one of your biggest releases, I think. So it's amazing. Man. And the central theme of the Moth is like a transformation, right? Facing discomfort, confronting pain, embracing self-acceptance, right? So how personal was this journey for you, and how did those ideas influence music and storytelling like that?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always personal. Mm-hmm. They're always personal. I mean, that's the only way I can write. I can't just write about things that I don't care about, which has been problematic because you run out of ideas, right? I started thinking the other day that it might be interesting to start making music for like existing stories, existing books, just because all that work is kind of done. But up to this point, I just found that within my own artistic heart, it's very difficult for me to sing lyrics or play melodies that I don't relate to, you know? And when I say don't relate to, I mean that I don't have a personal feeling towards. Like, so the concept of transformation with the Moth was hand in hand with personal transformation in my own life. Mm-hmm. And I guess what's interesting is art follows life in a sense. I didn't start writing the Moth with the with the goal of transforming on my own. It's just seemed to be circumstances and, my personal life and relationships and loss and money and all these things forced me to change. And it just so happened that it happened at the same time as the Moth. So it was convenient.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, it's not like I think up a concept and then try to force my life to follow that concept. It's just sometimes it works out that way, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned this is a release that is part of a series of other releases, like that started with with your previous album with Power Nerd,
Yeah.
and it's gonna continue in upcoming records. So what can we expect of these broader visions? How did this release connect with each other?
Well, we'll find out. I think a lot of times, because the music and the work that I do is very organized in a sense, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to articulate, it's hard to do, and we finish it. And in order to finish it, it requires like a lot of things to fall into place. Because of the nature of the work, I can understand how people think that maybe I have some sort of plan. But
We
dude,
do, we do.
the only time I think up a plan is when I'm being asked about it in interviews. I have to pretend that there's a plan. The reason why this record is part of a series of records is only because it happened during the same period in my life. You know, like the circumstances in my life that I wrote about with the Moth were also the same circumstances that I wrote about for Power Nerd. And depending on how the next few months in my personal life goes, the next record might be about it as well. But also, if the next 3 months of my personal life go in a different direction, the next record might not be about it. So if at any point in my career I have put across some sort of authority that I know what the fuck I'm doing, I apologize.
Yeah. And this is consistent with because throughout your career you explore like a wide range of style from ambient to country to extreme metal, progressive metal. So do you feel that refusing to stay in one genre is essential to your identity as an artist?
Again, I don't refuse to stay in one genre. I just do what I do. Like I never I appreciate so much when people are asking me questions. The questions always make me feel like I'm like really like a superhero.
You are,
You
man.
know?
You are.
Like I'm standing on top of a hill going, I refuse to compromise. You know what I mean? But honestly, I'm just in this room fucking around and I'm just doing what I feel compelled to do. And that leads me in directions that are interesting to me. And the only things that I choose to do now are the things that are interesting to me. And oftentimes the only things that are interesting to me are things that I haven't done before. So I don't refuse anything. I don't make any statements towards people. I really don't. And I appreciate the questions too, because I'm not trying to be like combative or condescending at all. I'm just trying to figure out my process, and I never think to myself, I refuse to do that again. More so, I think, man, it would be so convenient if I could do that again, because then people would like it.
Yeah.
But I can't because I'm interested in that now. So I'm going to do that and hope that I can make excuses for it enough that the people who wanted that tolerate this.
We tolerate everything you do, so it's all good, man.
Yeah.
And you have a strong fan base within the metal and progressive rock communities, right? So looking back, which of your albums do you think have resonated the most with the fans, and why do you think that is?
Probably the early stuff, Ocean Machine and City.
Mhm.
Maybe a couple things throughout the years, like maybe maybe some of DTP, maybe some of Ziltoid, maybe a bit of Empath. But I think really it's like any artist, your first couple of records when you're young are the ones that people like find and stick to. But that being said, there's people that I have talked to recently that didn't hear a thing that I did until Synkestra, or they didn't hear a thing until Epicloud or Ziltoid or whatever. So everybody has a different thing that they resonate with. But I think by and large, it's the heavier, more simple stuff that I do that people seem to be more connected to, right? Or the crazy stuff, like which is always problematic for me, because if I've ever come up with a crazy record, you know what I mean, like Alien or Deconstruction or Moth even, but whenever I've come up with that, it's not because of my life being like particularly pleasant.
Yeah.
So when people are going, boy, I wish that you would just stay with the crazy stuff, I'm going, don't put that evil on me. You know, like I don't want to stay there. Like I'm just passing through and then writing something about the experience. And when I reflect on a period of my life that was intense, the music is going to be intense. There's no question about it. And a lot of times people like that the best. And so when they say, "Can you do that again?" My first thought is like, "Nah."
Yeah. A lot of work. So
I don't want to,
I
I don't
think
want to live in that frame of mind if I don't have to. I want to learn from it and then move on, right?
I was thinking about your my favorite album of yours, and I think Deconstruction, Empath, and Siltoid, those are among my favorites. So I think I like the crazier side of you.
Yeah, yeah, that it makes sense. I like it too, but I also don't have the music as a goal in my life. Like I don't write music to like accumulate material. I don't, the value of my work in the long run is not going to be gauged by how many records I have or, it's just the value of my experience as a musician is whether or not I'm accurately able to represent the emotions that I feel as I'm going through life.
Hmm.
And those emotions change. It's like kids get older, parents pass away or move on, and friendships change, and money, and all these things, they affect me like a human, right? Like it would affect you or anybody else. And my reaction to that is just like writing about it.
Yeah.
And I just constantly write. Every day I write. And I have since I was a child. So at the end of a certain period, I'm like, oh, I guess I have 100 songs, or I guess I have no songs, or I guess I have 10 songs, or what have you. And then I start thinking, okay, well, what did that period represent? And it might be, the loss of a loved one, or it might be a physical thing, or it might be any number of circumstance. And so then the artwork starts being representative of that experience that you've had. Like, so that 10 songs had this color scheme and this type of font, and it reminds me of that particular period of my life. And so by finishing it and then moving on, you can then clear all that material that you've done. It's almost like you just purge it, and then you can get into the next phase. And that phase is almost always going to be different, right? And so two things happen. One, you've got to capture it while it's happening, because if you don't, then the music is like overripe, and then you can't use it. It's like an apple that's just been on the tree for too long, and then all of a sudden you don't have anything to write about. You're just like, I don't remember why I wrote that. But I think that the process is just, it's like, it's fluid, and it's not something that I understand.
Yeah. Okay, man. So I wanted to ask you about how do you feel about touring today, because many fans here in Latin America are waiting for your arrival. You've never been to Latin America before, so is there
I would
any
love to.
chance?
I would love to. I've never had an offer.
So
So
it's all about
so
the
if
promoters.
Yeah, no, it's 100% promoters. I've never had an offer to come to Latin America. So I share the excitement that the audience does. So maybe they would be willing to talk to a promoter.
I'm gonna do that because I know many
Please,
promoters here in Uruguay and
please.
Argentina,
Never had an offer, man. I've never had an offer to tour Latin America. I always hear that I have people that want me to be there, but we've never had an offer.
yeah. We all are waiting for you, so I'm gonna move some strings and make it happen because we need to see you here, man.
I'll take it, man. Yeah, no, it's funny. It's like, yeah, I have heard it so long. Like, why aren't you here? Why haven't you come? And I was like, no one's asking me to come other than you. So,
I found that hard to believe, but
yeah, me too. Me too. I keep asking the agent, I'm like, how come we never went there? And he's like, well, we just haven't had an offer.
uh,
So, yeah, man, I don't know.
well, we'll see that it happens sometime in the future. But are you willing to tour? You're touring right now, or what are your plans about
I'll be
touring?
starting up again in a few months, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to start by doing like solo shows first, just to kind of reintroduce myself. But then I think past that point, of course, I'll be touring again. I mean, it's like in 2026, that's what we have to do.
Yeah. So, man, can you have a moment of your time because I want to show you something.
Yeah.
I want to show you someone, in fact, but give me just a second.
Yeah.
So yeah, this right here,
Nice.
this is Devin.
Really?
I
I
named it
like
after
his
you.
little.
I named it after you, man.
Oh, thank you.
That is true
I,
because I have the honor of meeting you in the 70,000 Tons of Metal in 2020.
yeah.
And your show had a profound impact on me. And I got to
Thank you.
meet you on your meet and greet. And that same year, I adopted this little fella here,
I love them.
and I name it after you. So it's an honor.
I gotta say that's a real honor, brother. Thank you, man. I mean, it's like it's one thing to have some recognition with the work that you do, but cats are very special. And that one in particular, I love the little black dot on his
Yeah,
head.
it's a unique fella here, right
Well,
here.
hello, Devin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I like how he looks just as grumpy as I am.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, buddy.
I
Hey,
can tell
Dev.
he likes you too, man.
Aw,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
me
What
to
an
do.
honor. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
the honor is mine, man. Thank you for allowing me to show him because I wanted to do this
Amazing.
for years now.
Thank you, man.
So, after such a diverse career, is there still something in your radar that you haven't done that you want to wish you have done, that you want to explore, maybe a specific style of music or collaboration or something like that?
I mean, I think because, like I've said, my process is sort of unknown to me. I
Mhm.
never know what's going to inspire an idea. I never know what's going to fire me up. I never know what's going to get me excited about recording.
Mhm.
And oftentimes the things that do excite me are like unexpected. I'm like, oh wow, I would have never assumed that would be something that would inspire me. So I don't have aspirations for anything really. Like I don't. I have zero thought in my mind of, oh, it would be nice to collaborate with this person, or it would be nice to do this style of music. It doesn't even come into my frame of mind. A lot of how I write
Mhm.
is by consciously not thinking or planning
Mhm.
anything. So I sit down and it usually started like this morning when I sat down to write. My first thought was I woke up and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if we have a bunch of voices that are saying a certain word, and every 8 beats they randomly choose a note, and
Ah,
that goes over the course of 3 or 4 minutes, and then progresses, and then it has to ascend so that from here to there it's higher in pitch. And that's how I started the day. So I just started the day by sitting down and writing that, and but it wasn't because I thought, oh, it's about this or it's going to be for this record or that record. It's just an idea.
mhm.
And then by doing it, sometimes I'll start doing an idea and it excites me. And I'm like, oh, okay, then from here we could go to there. And oh, that goes to this. And I'll pick up a guitar and do it. And other times I'll get, like 20 minutes into an idea and I'll be like, there's nothing here. And just leave it. So I think a lot of my creative process is I'm feeling things in the dark,
Mhm.
looking for something that is interesting.
Yeah.
And I never know what it's going to be. Like, I never know what it's going to be.
And
And oftentimes it's surprising to me. I'm like, oh, that was it? Wow.
yeah, and we as fans never know what to expect from you, and that's a
Neither
good
do
thing.
I.
That's a good
Neither do
thing.
I.
Yeah.
Again, I wish I could present myself like a superhero where I'm like, well, just wait till the next one because I've got a plan. I'm like, dude, I have no plan. I'm just like, I just wake up and start writing, and if it excites me, I follow it.
Okay, man. So that was a real pleasure talking to you,
You too, brother.
and I'm really glad you get to know Devin because it's really
Same.
special to me.
Please talk to a promoter. I would love to come down. I honestly, I've just never had an offer. I've never had an offer that like would bring us down. I went to Chile once, but that's
Uh-huh.
not really part of.
Yeah, it's part of South America. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
It
I didn't remember when you went to Chile, like a solo
just
tour or part of a
No,
festival.
it was with DTP. It was 2016, I believe. We played
Ah,
in.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, we played at a place in I guess Santiago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was but one show, is not enough, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but I talked to Annika, and she says that she's always down in South America. So maybe one day somebody will come up and be like, "Hey, man, we
Yeah.
want you to come," and I'd be like, "All right,
We'll make it happen, man.
okay, man, I'm with you. I want to meet Devin,
It's gonna be my life goal from now on.
and mine is only to meet Devin. So,
Yeah, you need to meet him. Thank you so much for being here.
can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Who is Bort?
Who is what? Ah,
Bort.
bored. This is like a Simpsons gag because I'm a huge Simpsons nerd, and this is why like a plague that was a Simpson.
That's amazing.
I don't know if you are a Simpson fan.
Yeah.
It's the episode on the Itchy and Scratchy Land where they where Bart is looking for a plague that says Bart, and there's
Yeah.
a plague that says Bort. So that's what it's for.
I'm just I'm just looking it up here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I said it's the guy that I said like, who's gonna call him board? And there's a board plate, so and there's a
Dude, that's
kid.
amazing, man. It's
Yeah.
like I never even thought. So this is it right here then, right? Like
Yeah, I have tons of Simpsons stuff in my room. Ah,
yeah.
the image. Of course,
That
that's the one.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Okay, brother. Well, it's great to see you and thank you again for everything and then I hope to talk to you soon.
Okay, man.
See
You
you,
too.
brother.
Bye.
Bye-bye.